Alright, this is day 17. We're about 1 hour and 45 minutes into the ride today. We've got kind of a late start this morning. I woke up, it was raining, pretty heavy shower, so I let that pass over. And then I went down and crossed the mighty Mississippi on foot. That was something, I'll tell you what. But that was fun actually. I've been meaning to do that forever, so I'm glad I got that out of the way. Feeling pretty hungry this morning, eating lots of food. It's a nice and cool morning. The rain might come back, hard to say. A little breezy. Direction, the wind doesn't know where it wants to come from yet today. It's variable in both magnitude and direction. Right now it's a little bit of a headwind. Just a little bit of a headwind. But I think it'll probably sort itself out as this weather decides what to do for the day. I'm on State Highway 200 here in Minnesota, and you can see that's a beautiful shoulder we've got right now. Got lots of space there, not too much traffic. And we've got some rolling hills and some forests, pretty small pine trees around here. Back at Lake Itasca there were a few really big pine trees, but just 2 weeks after being on the Olympic Peninsula, the Minnesota trees, they don't stack up quite so big. Still very pretty though. An interesting landscape around here. So I don't know if we'll see any more wheat fields today or not. The plan is to make it over to around Floodwood probably. Maybe Cromwell, somewhere over there, starting to push towards the eastern part of Minnesota. So we'll check in when the weather decides what it's doing, so you'll have a full report on that today. But as of right now, it is beautiful cycling out here. So here we are, rolling down the Paul Bunyan running trail, I believe it's called, Paul Bunyan running trail. Paralleling Highway 200, I hope. We got about 5 or 6 miles to get into the town of Walker. Maybe get a little lunch. Taking it nice and easy down here. We're rolling along at 16.9. Very much protected from the wind, which I believe is still trying to be a headwind on us. But with the trees on both sides here, we're very well protected. Had to avoid a little pine needle action on the road there. Very peaceful out here now. I've seen one other biker and nothing else. Looks like it's now 5 miles to town. Or 5 miles to something. Looks like we're gonna cross the road up here, so I'm gonna shut the camera off. I don't want anybody witnessing me running a stop sign of any sort. I'll check back in with the report on lunch. Got me a pretty good hunger brewing today. Alright, here we are 4.5 hours in. We are near Leech Lake, which is right through those trees and down the hill a little bit. It's a pretty large lake. I took a still shot of it for the web page. Just thought I would stop and take note of a few things. It is pretty nice out. I'd say stayed cloudy. It's mid 70s. There is a little bit of a headwind here today, keep me from moving too fast, but that's okay. I'm not working too hard today. Just willing to suck it up and go a little slower. So at 4.5 hours in, we're at mile 65. which is all right with me. Target for today, I think, is Floodwood, which is another 60 miles or so. So if we can keep it around 15 from here on in, we'll be fine. I do see a little bit of blue sky, but I don't think it's going to get warm at all. We've been on Minnesota 200, heading east for, I don't know, the last few hours. Actually, not the last few hours. We got off of the road and took a little bike path towards Walker. Bad idea. Eventually we got to Walker, but those bike paths by the side of the road, you really got to know your way around before you jump onto those things. We got the scenic route. That's what we got. We went around a separate lake before kind of looping back into Walker. Added about 5 miles. You might ask, what does 5 miles matter if you're riding over 100 every day? That really doesn't, except when it's leading up to lunchtime. I was getting a little hungry. So I got myself a big old Subway sandwich and stuffed as many calories onto that as you possibly can and have that. I am feeling a little slow today, a little slow. I think I'll go for a good night's sleep tonight and I think we'll get up and do it again tomorrow. Today is 17, I think, 17. So, yeah, that's my story. Not much funny to say this afternoon.